Miss Alessandra here from Weston Public Library doing another at-home Maker Monday for you. This week we are going to be doing another project using recycled products you probably have around your house and creating something that you can play with at home. So if you want to make something fun, continue watching. And this week we are going to be making a butterfly zip line. If you are going to join us, continue on to find out what supplies you're going to need and instructions on how to make your own butterfly zip line at home. Thanks for joining today for our Butterfly Zipline Maker Monday project. If you are going to be doing this project, I will give you a list of the supplies that you need, and here they are. First, you are going to need either tissue paper. White is preferable, but you could do other colors, or a coffee filter. You're going to need a pipe cleaner of some sort, a straw, some type of string, and make sure that the thickness can fit into the straw. So our string is going to be our zip line. So make sure you get string that can fit inside the middle of your straw. You're going to want to get some markers out. And finally, this is optional, but I am going to use a spray bottle to spray the colors that I'm going to use my markers for, so that they spread a little bit. So those are all that you need for this project. Oh yeah, and a pair of scissors. So make sure your parents know that you're using them. Very briefly that we're using these, but yes, pair of scissors. And if you would like to find out how to make your own butterfly zip line and play with it at home, stay tuned. To make our butterfly zip line, we are going to be doing this in several pieces. The first piece is to get our butterfly ready, and that would be by using our tissue paper or our coffee filter. So I'm going to be using tissue paper. I'm going to use 2 of them because they're not as thick as a coffee filter, but if you're using a coffee filter, that would be fine to just use 1 of those. And I'm going to get out my scissors and cut this set of tissue paper into a circle like you would see the coffee filter is a circle. So tissue paper, I'm just cutting into a large circle to get our butterfly body set up. Again, if you are using a coffee filter, you just have to use 1 because it's a little bit thicker, and you won't have to cut it into a circle because they already are basically in a circle. So my tissue paper is in a circle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my markers and do a little design on here. You don't want to draw any type of objects. You just want to put some color on here because this is going to be your butterfly's body eventually. And so you don't want to draw anything that you'll need to see detail on, but putting different colors on and making a beautiful butterfly, that's what we're looking for. So just go in, you can do stripes, you could do polka dots, whatever you would like your butterfly to look like, you can use your markers for. The other piece of this is that I am going to do watercolors. So I'm using markers that are washable, and then I'm going to use my squirt bottle to squirt the colors I've already put on this set of tissue paper so that the colors kind of bleed and it looks more watercolor-like. The colors can bleed into each other, and that would be the body of my butterfly. So I'm going to do a little bit of drawing on here, and then I will come back and show you what I have and show you how I will squirt it using the squirt bottle to get those colors to bleed together, to make, rainbow colors and make the butterfly body a little bit more colorful. So what I just did was I just went and used my tissue paper, or you may be using coffee filter, and I colored it using some washable markers. And now we're going to spray that so those colors spread. And this is what I've done, just very colorful. And I have a squirt bottle here. And I'm just going to be spraying like directly on here. I put a piece of cardboard behind it so that it doesn't make a big old mess. You could use newspaper, but you're really just going to be spraying directly on. If you have a feature on your squirt bottle that allows it to do spritzes rather than like a straight line, that's better as well. And I'm just gonna move my water around a little bit. Okay, so that my colors bleed into each other. I'm just wiping excess water on here. Okay, so right now this is my, wipe it a little bit, my colors that I am going to use for my body. I'm going to squirt it a little bit more, and then I'm going to let it dry, and when it's completely dry, I will come back and put together the butterfly body. So from here, what you should be doing is your colors either on your tissue paper or your coffee filter. You'll use some markers, washable markers, if you want the colors to bleed together, and use a squirt bottle to just squirt and blend the colors in. I'm literally just using like my finger to blend the colors in. And then you will let that dry. Once that's dry, you'll move on to the next step. So I will see you in a little bit. At this point, you should have been making your butterfly body very colorful using the coffee filter or the tissue paper, some markers, and a spray bottle. And while that's drying, we are going to prep the other pieces that we're going to need. So we're going to take out our scissors, we're going to take out our straw, we're going to take out our pipe cleaner, and then we're going to take out our string, and we're going to be cutting those pieces apart a little bit, okay? So first, I'm getting my scissors out. I have my scissors here. I am taking my straw. So this straw is actually one of those accordion straws. This is one piece that I'm not going to want to use. So I'm going to first cut that piece off. And now I only need about half this length. So I'm going to cut right there, and that's my straw piece. I would say it's about a little over 2 inches, okay? So that is my straw piece. Then I'm going to take a regular size pipe cleaner. Any color you want is fine. I have chosen pink, and I am going to cut that right in half. So find the halfway point, that looks about halfway, and cut it in half. All right, so not exactly half, that's okay, but this is going to be what we're going to use to attach this to the straw in a little bit. And then finally, string. So this is a little bit harder, and it's going to vary from person to person. You're going to cut your string based on where you're putting your zip line. So I'm going to actually be putting my zip line from the front door. We have a little hook next to the door, down to the dining room kitchen table to a chair. So I'm going to measure that distance. It's about 6 feet for me, and then I'm going to cut my string that length because we need 2 points of attachment. And when we're doing the zip line, it's going to be on a slight diagonal because we want it to slide from the top to the bottom, okay? So go ahead, measure where you're going to put your zip line. Make sure there's 2 things that you can attach it to. Again, like I said, we're going to be attaching ours over here to a hook next to our front door and a chair at our dining room table so that it does a little slope, diagonal slope. So go measure that space and then cut your string. Make sure your string fits into that straw, but cut your string that length. And that's the length that you're going to need. When you've done all that, we will come back and we will have the next step for our butterfly body, which again, you have to wait until it is dry for the next step. So make sure that's dry and then continue watching. The tissue paper body of my butterfly has dried. The colors have blended together pretty well. And now I'm going to show you how we're going to put the body together using some of our other pieces. So if you're using a coffee filter, you'll notice that the edges are kind of an accordion where you can pull them together because of the way a coffee filter is made. But if you're using tissue paper, you're going to have to kind of make that accordion style. So in order to do that, you're going to fold backwards, then forwards, backwards, then forwards. Okay, so do that if you're using the tissue paper. If you're using a coffee filter, you're just going to be pinching the middle of your coffee filter, and the sides will already have that accordion style because of the way coffee filters are made, and you won't have to do this part. And I'll show you what it should look something like this. Okay, so we have our butterfly. These are the wings. And this is going to be where we attach our head, and our straw is going to get attached to the head. So if you have the coffee filter, you don't need to do that part. You should end up on your sides. You'll have the accordion style already. But see how I said the colors kind of blend together? So it's a very colorful butterfly. So pinch it like this in the middle, and then you're going to take one piece of your pipe cleaner, and you're going to just tie it, wrap it, not tie it, but wrap it around that middle, okay, until you just have these two little like antennas sticking up. Okay, do you see these little antenna? And I'm going to twist those so it kind of ties. So I just twisted the edges. Okay, and then we're going to take the other piece of our pipe cleaner, and we're going to stick this underneath where we just twisted our first piece of pipe cleaner. And I'm gonna just twist this a little bit more so it looks like a little head, and stick the other pipe cleaner underneath like so, and you're gonna fold it about the middle part. This is going to be the full antenna. All right, and this is also going to be the part that's going to attach eventually to our straw. So again, get that straw out. I'm going to show you how it's going to attach. So basically, you are just going to be wrapping the antenna around the straw so that it looks like, I know butterflies don't have arms, but they're gonna say that the antenna are their arms, that they're hanging from the straw, okay? So you're just wrapping, again, taking the antenna, wrapping it around, like so. All right, so it will just hang off of that straw. And that's how to build your butterfly body. So this is my butterfly. I'm gonna just expand his wings a little bit. Like so. All right, so you're going to right now detach this straw because the straw has to be attached to our string first, and then we'll go and we will attach the butterfly onto that. All right, so the next part is attaching our straw to our string. I've cut my string. Did you cut your string? Remember that you need 2 tie points for that string. Make sure your string is not too thick that it won't go inside of your straw. As I say that, it's not fitting. I just have to, there we go. It's a little frilled, so, okay. So just attach it, and that's all you're gonna do right now until you attach your string to point A. Point A is going to be your highest point, and point B is going to be the lowest point. Remember how I said you want it to go on a slope almost like a diagonal so that you don't have to touch the butterfly as it goes down the zip line. So you're just going to be pulling it up and setting it free and watching it go down, pulling it up and setting it free. So point A is our highest point. You're going to go and you're going to tie that side to your highest point. And point B is going to be your lowest point. Tie your other end, find my other end. Again, my string's pretty long. Tie your other end to point B, your lowest point. And then we will attach our butterfly back onto this straw before we set it free down the zip line. So go ahead and attach your zip line. I'm going to attach mine, and then we'll attach our butterfly body to our straw, our zip line, and we'll test it out. I've attached my zip line, again, the front door, down to a chair at the dining room table. See, my straw is hanging there. And I'm going to now go ahead and attach our butterfly onto the straw. Okay. My butterfly has been attached to my straw. Again, you're going to use those antennae that we've made with the pipe cleaner. Wrap it just around the straw. Do not pull tight. You just want it to kind of sit there so that the butterfly is hanging as if those antennae are arms. And then you're going to push your straw all the way up to the start point and make sure that it is ready to go. I am going to film it sliding down the zip line. I have my zip line almost ready here. Sorry about all the movement. There we go. So my zip line starts up there. I'm going to pull it nice and tight, and here it goes down to the chair. And that is a butterfly zip line. So then you can move it back up. Use your hands, move it all the way back up, get it started, and there it goes again. Just going down. Well, everyone, that was today's Maker Monday where we made a butterfly zip line. I would love to see what you make, so if you take a video of your butterfly going down your zip line or take a photo, please send it to me at apetrino@westonct.gov. I'd love to feature it on one of our social media platforms, our Instagram or our Facebook, or put it together in our video at the end of our quarantine to show people what everyone has been making during this time. I hope you had fun with this one, and join us next week for another Maker Monday. Bye, everyone.